What's going on YouTube? Ferocity here. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm not sure if you guys have been following this Concord situation, but let me fill you in quickly. Concord is a brand new hero shooter that was produced by Sony, and it is massively flopped. With a budget of over 150 million, it could not even garner over 1,000 concurrent players on Steam. It failed miserably with an all-time peak of 660 players. And only a few days after launch, it is struggling to pass 200 concurrent players. That is a failure if I've ever seen one. Now, this game released on both PC and PlayStation 5, and like I said, it meant to be an Overwatch clone. But unfortunately, just judging by the trailer and the lack of any real marketing material around this game, it didn't resonate with fans. And it's very clear to see why when you watch the launch trailer, and I'll link it down below in the description. This game just has no soul to it whatsoever. And I know that I've talked about this before, but it's perfectly personifying the issue with modern day video games and the way that companies approach an opportunity like this. Is there a market for another hero shooter out there? Potentially. But only if it's really done well. Only if there's a way to resonate with fans. Only if there's a way to drum up some excitement and some hype. Release a really polished game that sets out to do things that other games in the industry aren't doing. Be innovative, not repetitive. Be forward thinking, not just trying to be like everyone else. And this is what I don't think a lot of companies understand right now. Trying to be like Overwatch, like Call of Duty, isn't going to cut it anymore. Because people have Call of Duty. They don't need to spend $40 on Concord, which in and of itself is a joke. The fact that this is a premium game is a joke. Would it have seen better numbers if there wasn't this $40 barrier to entry? Probably. But we're not talking massive leaps and bounds worth of players. If a game is good, players will play it. That's the problem with Concord, is it's not a good game. And now, there are more posts on Reddit talking about this game than there are concurrent players playing it, because it's the laughingstock of the gaming industry. And this is the one drawback from this. This isn't going to lead to better games. This isn't going to lead to executives realizing their mistake. Nope. It's going to lead to people losing their jobs at the developer level. At the level of people that don't make the decisions, like creating a game like Concord, like deciding to just follow in the same footsteps of a game that's already existing. No. Instead, it's going to fall at the feet of the developers, the people that were just following instructions. And this is where the problem lies for me, is I'm tired of the people at the bottom of the rung being the ones that take all the blame. Because the ones that are to blame here are the ones over at Sony Studios that greenlit this game and decided not to try to rally behind a community and work with a community to create something special. Concord is just another game in a long list of failed adventures by companies that have no insight within the market they're trying to penetrate. Like I like to say, they're out of touch. And it is so representative here with Concord, as the launch trailer is a complete and utter abysmal failure of trying to connect to an audience. There's better games out there on the market for free right now. It's that simple. To me, it looks sort of like the finals. There's nothing that draws me into play. What is enticing me to play? What is exciting me to go and play this game when I have other games like Overwatch, like Call of Duty, like Battlefield? And I could list so many more, right? X-Defiance out there as well for players. What draws people to this? What made Fortnite successful was that it didn't take itself too seriously like PUBG was doing, and that's why it worked. If you want Concord not to take itself seriously, you need to showcase that. But you didn't do anything to help the market grow naturally or to set itself up for success. This was set to fail from the beginning. And it's only going to get worse. And it's funny, with a year of terrible games like what we've had here in 2024, Concord takes the cake It's not even close. This isn't even much of a race if you want to talk about one of the most failed projects ever, as it won't even make back 1% of its original budget. I would be shocked to see this game make $1.5 million. That's sad. That's a failure, a cataclysmic failure. But the ones that will be taking the brunt of it won't be the executives that greenlit this, won't be the people that decided this was the route to take. Instead, it's going to be the developers that were just putting in the finishing touches to the game. They were just trying to help realize the vision of these executives. Another soulless endeavor that doesn't pursue anything spectacular, that doesn't find a way to set a new precedent or to innovate in any way, shape, or form. It is to take an existing formula that works in one game and try to paste it to a faceless, soulless, identityless IP. And I'm sorry, no one knows what Concord is. No one has an attachment to it. And unfortunately, because it's not as polished or as beautiful as what Overwatch was day one, it's not going to work. It's not going to resonate with players. Some games work because there's a clear vision and passion behind them. Games like Concord fail because of a lack of it. What we're seeing right now is finally gamers smartening up to an extent and realizing the way for better games is to speak with your wallet. I really hope that this type of sentiment can seep into other games as we do demand better. Because it's very clear right now that there is a sense of arrogance within executives of the gaming industry that they can throw out any type of slop and people are going to eat it up. Well, that didn't work with Concord, and I hope it continues to fail with other games that are following suit. I mean, we could talk about Star Wars Outlaws for a second. The game is completely bugged out, only accessible to players who decided to pay more money. I really wish that people started speaking with their wallets. We all knew this was going to happen. We all knew there were going to be problems with Star Wars Outlaws, and instead of holding back and being okay with having a little bit of FOMO because your favorite streamer is playing it, we decide to spend. And what you get is a game like Star Wars Outlaws. And hopefully one day we can turn projects like Star Wars Outlaws into cataclysmic failures like Concord. Because that's what those types of visions and those types of games deserve. It's harsh, but it's the reality that this industry needs to start learning. The community will wisen up, they will smarten up, and they will start voting with their wallets. It might take some games and some franchises longer than others, despite what I'd like to see. But it's nice to see that for once there was a stand taken against this game. And even though it's a meme right now, the meme isn't to go buy it. It's to hate on it. And it's exactly what it deserves. But that's my video on Concord. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.